Talk about binary games. If you go to the 121, go to samsclass.info, and then you click on 121 for this class, then you click on projects. Here's where all the projects are. And all right, so and what's going to happen? This binary games, you don't need to have any particular computer system, but after this, you're going to need a Windows machine. You could use your own Windows machine, but it's better to use a virtual machine. That's more appropriate when you're doing forensic examinations or working with malware. You typically work on a machine that doesn't have your own personal data. Now, all the stuff we're working with here is pretty small and harmless. So you could just use your personal machine. But anyway, you should set up a machine. So here you make a virtual machine locally or in the Google Cloud or in the Azure Cloud. Get a machine that is just for this purpose, a Windows machine. And then we're going to use Autopsy. Autopsy is a open source imitation of EnCase and FTK. It's an all-purpose forensic suite. It's incredibly powerful. It's very nice, and it's free, and it runs on Windows. So mostly what we're going to do is extract evidence from all different kinds of things, like the memory of a machine, the registry, a hard disk, Android phones, iPhones, and so on, with Autopsy. That's mostly what we're going to spend the whole semester doing. And I might take this machine learning off of there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. But anyway, all right, so that's what's going to happen. But the first one is binary. If you don't know binary, you've got to learn it. If looking at raw data on devices, it comes out in binary or hexadecimal, and you have to be skilled at that. That is the ultimate way to prove what's really there. So let's talk. I did this in 4 lessons: nibbles, bytes, bytes 2, and hex. So let's take a look at the first one here. Nibbles. All right. So in base 10, these are normal numbers you're all used to. If I write 147, I know that the 1 is the number of hundreds, and the 4 is the number of tens, and the 7 is the number of ones. So the way that's actually done mathematically is you start on the right, and the one on the right is the base 10 to the 0, which is 1. The next one is 10 to the 1 and 10 to the 2. That's how this system works. That's base 10, so 1 is the hundreds place, 4 is in the tens place, and the one on the right is the ones place. We've all gotten used to this to where you've probably forgotten how confusing this was when you first learned it in like 3rd grade or something. In base 2, you only have 0 and 1, not base 10. So if you want to write 3, you need 2 digits, 1, 1. And that means 1, 2, and 1, 1. And so the one on the right is the number of ones, the next digit is the number of twos, the next digit is the number of fours. That's how it works. Instead of 1, 10, and 100, it's 1, 2, 4, 8, and so on, doubling every time. So you can count to 7. 0 is 0, 1 is 1, but 2 is 1, 0. Looks like 10. That's 1, 2, and no ones. 7 is the biggest number you can make with 3 digits. That's 1, 1, 1. That is 4 plus 2 plus 1. By the way, notice that even numbers in base 10 are also even in base 2. This is a useful trick. They end in 0, the even numbers do. The odd numbers all end in 1. That'll help you avoid making mistakes. Now, a nibble is half of a byte, and that's as far as we're going to go in this lesson. So it's 1s, 2s, 4s, and 8s. So this number is 9. It's an 8, no 4s, no 2s, and a 1. That's 9. 9 is a 4-digit number in base 2. And there are only 16 nibbles, and that's all of them. You have 0, 1, here's 2, here's 3, 2 plus 1, here's 7, 4 plus 2 plus 1, here's 10, 10 is 10, 10. That's another useful thing to memorize. That makes life easy. It's 10, 10 because it's 8 plus 2 with no 4s and no 1s. But anyway, it's easy to remember that 10 is 10, 10. And 15 is the largest possible nibble with all 4 ones. That is 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So that's nibbles, which are half of bytes, and that's as far as I'm planning to go tonight. So what you do is the project is here. You have to answer these questions, and I imitated the Khan Academy. You have to get 10 in a row right to get the flag and get your points. So 0, 0, 0, 0, what's that? 0, right? Okay. 0, 1, 1, 0, what's that? I think I heard the right answer. 6. That's 6. It's 4 plus 2, so that's 6. How about that one? 3. Okay, so you people are pretty good at it. Okay, when you get 10 correct, it'll print out a flag. Then you take a screenshot and turn it in Canvas. And that's how you get your 5 points for this one. And there are 4 of these. So you people did pretty well on that. I think I'll talk about another one tonight. Although you normally don't go on to the next one until you're succeeding at the previous one. That's the trick. So let's try bytes. The simplest bytes, not that one. I want to go here. I want to go to the lesson first. All right, so bytes are a simple extension of the same philosophy. There we are, bytes. All right, so you got 1s, 2s, and 4s. We did that counting to 15, 1s, 2s, 4s, and 8s. That's a nibble. And a byte. You just keep going. 16, 32, 64, 128. So this number is 128 plus nothing plus 16 plus 8 plus nothing plus 1. So you can do it. This is, by the way, the most difficult way to deal with bytes. Hex is much better, but this is how you, when you're learning, it's good to learn to do it this way as a step on the road. So you have to often get a scrap of paper to write up all these stupid numbers. So let's see if you can do any of these. There's again a couple of them here. All right, so how about this? Let me shrink that down. There. What I did was I put a space in the middle of it, which is not normally how you write it. It makes it easier. These are the left 4 bits, and those are the right 4 bits. So can anybody convert that? Okay, I got it. There are a bunch of ways to learn how to do it fast. But, yep, 245. You're right. This is 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16, which I happen to know is 240 because of Cisco. If you take routing and switching, you memorize a ton of these. And then this is 5. So it's 240 plus 5, 245. How about that one? I've got it. What'd you say? 22 is right, because this is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So it's 16 plus 6, 22. Good. We'll do one more. How about this one? That's pretty easy. 64, right? The biggest one is 128. The next one is 64. That's 64. Okay. And when you get 10 in a row right, you get a flag to turn in and get your points. And so you turn that in Canvas. Let me just demonstrate that. So here's Canvas. And so if you go to assignments, for example, then you will find binary games here. So you go here, and now you can, oh, I have to go to student view, so I see it the way you people see it. All right. And now the flag appears, save a screen image, click the start assignment button, use the upload file. That's what it tells you what to do here. So you upload images and type the flags in the comments field so we can see. When you get 10 in a row right, you'll get a word as the flag of proof, and just put them in there. That way we can tell that you've done it, and you'll get your points. I have a grading assistant that goes through grading these things. So are there any questions about anything? Yeah?
I have a question. I don't see, it's really my I only see home and announcements.
That's because you're in the City College Canvas. Don't use the City College Canvas. Start at samsclass.info, and then go to 121, and then go to the quizzes section. Here's the Canvas I'm using. And you'll have to make an account. This is important. And the announcement is there, which explains this, but this is very important. A lot of people get confused. I tried using the City College Canvas, but I've learned to never use the college anything. Everything is run in a sort of slipshod, sleazy way, and it's better to have things under my own control. Good. Any other questions? Let me check the online system for questions. Cryptography course. Go over payment card industry. No, it doesn't. PCI compliance is important, but I don't have any projects in it yet. It's certainly a good idea. Where's the digital copy of the book? You will find instructions in the Canvas here to get the book. If you go modules and textbook, then there are instructions here telling you how to get a free copy of the book if you have an EDU email address. Good? Lots of good questions. What's that?
Is that just a copy of Canvas on your website?
No, it's a free Canvas server run by, I think, the people who wrote Canvas. They make it free to college teachers everywhere, but it's a more up-to-date version, and they haven't locked me out of one of the features. Here they locked me out. So one of the things they did, which really annoyed me, is I can't start it early, and I can't go one day after the end. So on finals week, they turn it off. I can't even have students go in to see their grades. I can't have students complete incompletes. And then sometimes it's gone entirely, so I can't see what they've done. So I got fed up with it. Everything that college does is in this sort of slipshod way, and I've learned to just never use the college's version of anything, but use my own version under my control, where I can make it the way I like it. Yeah, but I didn't install my own Canvas on a server. I might have, but I didn't have to. There was a free service that works that's good enough. All right, let me stop this recording.